Rupa here with my completed journal. Last week I had posted a video on how to coffee stain and color stain papers using food colors. Here are the papers. These were stained using food colors in green, yellow, a little bit of red and orange. So I have incorporated these papers to make up the journal. Basically a spring themed journal, so you will have bursts of green and pink, but it has its vintage root of brown, which is a coffee stained papers. I couldn't deviate from that. The season being spring right now where we are living, so I have chosen that as the theme. For the cover I have used a brown paper bag, the grocery bag. I've used the brown paper bag for the cover and I've done some patchwork. The focal point here are the birds. It's a free downloadable from the net. I have stitched it onto a cardstock using again green thread, and the gauze beneath that is also stained using food color, which is in green again. The crochet flowers are a gift from a friend, and I've used custom brad using Mod Melts, which has been given a distressed look using acrylic paints. It is a little bird's nest with eggs, and then the lace too is coffee stain. That's the front cover. For the closure I have used satin ribbon, which is also coffee stained, and along with the green food color, and then some stamping, script stamping and some musical note stamping. It also has some color splats in brown just to age it down. And I have stitched the closure, the ribbon, to the spine of the book because I didn't want it hanging loose, because the book otherwise wouldn't close. It's actually bursting open, so I wanted the ribbon to be attached to the book. Again, I've used green embroidery floss for stitching the pages together to the signature, to the cover. And for the front and back cover, I have done the patchwork. I have been inspired by Chrissy, who had done her latest journal using some paper scraps and then used it as a patchwork. Actually, there are quite a lot of people whose work I've been inspired by. So many lovely journals done by Chrissy, Sigita, Daily Girl, Yvonne, Paula Lemon. Actually, the list is endless. Such lovely journals. I've tried to learn seeing all these journals, and this is one which is my signature style. I hope you like it. I would look forward to your comments. Let's breeze through the journal. I'll show you what I have done. Like I said, this is the patchwork for the back cover. Again, I've used green thread, and the paper scraps too are in theme with the spring. The ribbon attached to the spine. Inside I have, to the paper cover, I have done the fall leather look using the shoe polish, and I've done some gold misting too. It has a little bit of sheen when you move it this way. And since the patchwork was done, it had some lovely quilted pattern inside, and I didn't want to cover that up actually, so I didn't give a backing to that. I've kept it that way. With 3 layers, it's actually very stiff. The cover is very stiff. Gave a nice look to the journal too. And I've had no access to fancy kits here, so I've used the scrapbooking pages. This is a floral themed paper, so lots of lovely floral papers here. So these form the pages in my journal along with the stained pages. As you open the first page, I have stitched a fabric pocket here with some subtle stamping. Again, all the stitching is done with green thread. Intentionally left the overhangs of the thread. There's a postcard journaling spot, and there's a small tag here with again a custom brad using Mod Melts. This is given a vintage patina look using paints, and again a coffee stained lace here. A little tuck spot again here. Floral printed papers from the scrapbooking book. I made a coffee little coin envelope here using the scrap paper, and inside there are some journaling tags, and here it says, "Flowers whisper what words cannot say." This is one of my favorite quotes from Paper Artsy. Right now things are, like I said, springing up here where we are living, and I just love greens and flowers and nature, and whichever project has flowers in it, I try to incorporate this saying, this quote. So lots of papers here, mostly recycled from my daughter's notebooks which she has outgrown, and then the stained papers, of course. So you would see a lot of ruled pages, unruled pages, all have a bit of stamping and some ephemera in it. It's so nice to turn to pages and look forward to some kind of ephemera. It's so interesting. And such lovely journals that you see that you want to incorporate everything in one journal, And it's like, am I actually done with this journal? Maybe I could still have some more pockets. So have you ever felt like that? I still feel this is a little incomplete. You let me know. So again, there's a book page pocket here and some tags and note cards. All these are downloadables from the net. This is a tracing paper which you get along with your handbags or shoe boxes, which comes as packaging. I never throw anything out. Some more pages with stamping. Here's one in pink. Again, the stitching is again done with green. And this is a page from the Tim Holtz Wallflower paper stack. Made it a small journaling card here. One more. Some pink papers. I've done some intentional color splats too with coffee, just to give it some more character to the page. And this corner tuck spot is I've decoupaged a napkin onto book paper and then stitched it. And this is a small postcard fold over kind of journaling spot here. Some more pages in pink, a fold over page. Here's again a postcard pocket along with a bookmark and some note cards here. I've done some stamping. Flourish stamp. I love the patterns of the coffee stains and the colors. It gives a nice intense look to the paper. Here's another book pocket with a tag and a crochet flower. The greens and pinks add so much life to this journal. Like I said, with the browns, it kind of brings that life. This is a lovely paper from the book. Some more pages. Here's the tracing sheet. Gives a nice sound when you flip over. And then here's a fold over envelope, again in some nice vibrant green. Look at the pattern here. And then I used some scrap papers to make up a booklet. I was kind of inspired by the pattern on the cover, so I did some border punching also to all the pages. It's always nice to have that little extra pages here and there. This is a single signature book. I've used some 25 pages, so there are some 50 writing sides. The single signature itself is bursting, and the size of the signature is 5 inches by 7 inches. Another postcard cover here with some tags and cards. I loved working on this journal. Though this is my first public journal on YouTube, I've done quite a few on custom orders. I've taken classes. I've also gifted it to friends. Here's another floral tag. Again, I've used green thread for stitching and a tuck spot there. That brings us to the center. This is a Sizzix die, an alterations die. I've kept the theme of pink and green alive throughout the journal. A small coin envelope here with some tags, postcard cards, floral theme. Like I said, you can never have too many flowers or too much green is what I feel. I love to have greens in my journals along with the blues and browns. And here's another book page with some giant tags. This is, I think, from a Mariposa paper pack, some of the leftover pages. I like the butterfly here. And then there's a ticket which says, "You are my treasure." Some more stamping, and then there's a tracing sheet, and then there's a doily tuck spot with some more journaling cards. Some color splats again. Like I said, it gives a nice, interesting character to the page. The floral paper and the vibrant green. This is some of the best, I think, of the food colors that I used. It's really nice. Some more pages and stamping. Here's another tuck spot with some cards. This is again a coffee stained lace. Another postcard pocket with a coin envelope and some journaling cards here. So many interesting things as you turn pages over. I really don't know whether it's done or whether I still need to have something. This is one thing I like. This is an envelope that I made using the Atlas, and I've stitched it onto this page. The flap is using the alterations die. It's the distressed lace, and I've used a crochet flower and a magnetic closure, so it's secure. You can keep in important bills or cash or dollars, whatever. It's quite safe in here, the closure. And then some more pages. Again, all these are Tim Holtz stamps. Another fold over envelope, and I've used a flower here. This crochet flower again has a custom brad using the Mod Mills, and I've given it the distressed look using chalk paints. All the tags are backed by coffee papers. So journaling spots there. Another fold over page, and that brings us to the end. Like I said, I liked the cover with the stitched pattern coming all over, so I didn't want to cover it. So didn't give any backing. There's another fabric pocket. I've done some subtle stamping, which is again coffee stained. And it says, every possibility begins with the courage to imagine. Yes, it was my courage to make this journal and then to share it publicly with you all. So I'm looking forward to feedbacks from you. So many inputs, so many inspirations from a lot of lovely people. I've already have my second journal in mind for you to show, which I will come back with soon. And lastly, I have a small little notebook here which goes into the fabric pocket, again using the paper back and the scrap papers which were there. You can never have too many pages in a journal, can you? You're always looking for, that little tiny spot for secret journaling or whatever. So that brings us to the end of my spring journal with bursts of green. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to your feedback. Really excited to know what you feel about this journal. I'll see you soon with another journal. Bye.